Alright, so here's how to do the 3D images and the layout. So I'm going to walk you through each of these, and in this video will be split up according to each of the steps. So first you're going to need to download eDrawings, and you want to make sure that you're getting the 2020 version. When you click in here, you'll see that there's a link in here, right here, for you to download. And I say you want to make sure that you're getting the 2020 version, because if you don't have the 2020 version, then you're not going to be able to open up the files. So next you're going to download the files from ClickUp. So to do that, what you're going to do is you'll be getting assigned the product numbers as they get shifted over to 3D layouts. And when you click on it, you'll be able to see the files right here. Now, the one thing to pay attention to, and obviously as you work with us for an extended period of time, you'll understand when this is happening anyway, but one thing to pay attention to is the subtasks. And I say that because this right here, right now, you can see it says redo layout. So what is going to happen quite frequently is this is kind of an ongoing project where this layout is continually being redone. And so every time the layout has to be redone, and this is the PDF version, we're creating a new subtask, and that's where the PDF will be, is right here. So that is where you're going to find the files. So next, if I come back over here, you can see, okay, so we need to actually download the files. So I'll start with this top one, and here are the files right here. So primarily you need the PRT, and waiting for it to download. I'm not sure why it's not downloading. Okay, yes, it's loading. And okay, for the sake of time, I went ahead and clicked this to download each of these files. So my personal process, what I do is I normally keep my downloads folder pretty empty, so I can quickly find what I'm looking for here, and then I open up another folder, and this is in Dropbox, and you can see where I'm at. So we're in Newman Productions, Dustin Newman, Creatives Teams, One Motion, and then One Finished Product Docs. And what you're going to do is you're going to create a folder outside here, and the folder is going to be the product number. So what I normally do is I'll just click into the file name of the step or the PRT file and copy that, and come over here, new folder, paste that in. Oh, and of course I wasn't paying attention. Looks like I've already done this. And so here are the files right here. So what I would have done if those files didn't already exist is come in here and then just drag these into this folder. I'm going to delete them out of here for now, so I already have them. So now that we have the files in the folder, actually back up, one thing I do want to point out is that whenever you're doing a redo, which this is not a redo, by redo I'm referring to the subtask. If you're doing a redo, that means that there's already a folder with this product number. So then what you would do is you'd come in here to upload it, and then you would find the product number, and then you would upload the PDF, and then you would drag it back out to here. So for me, this helps me to be able to see what folders have documents that need to be uploaded. And then when I get them uploaded, I move them into the uploaded folder. So okay, coming back in here, now what we need to do is we need to get the step file and use that to create the 3D image. So what you're going to do is I typically just click this, drag it, bring it over here. And here we are here. I didn't realize it looks like I already had it opened. It's okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to get it to look like this, where typically the longer end is going to be facing to the right. It also needs to be slightly lower on the left side and then slightly higher on the right. And also this bottom left is going to be slightly tilted towards us. So this right here is what we're looking for. And then you're going to come up to View, Shaded with Edges, Ambient Occlusion, Perspective. And a couple things to make note of, because mine is already set up this way, but you might need to come in here to the cogwheel and make sure that the display shadows is not checked on. And that can be important, because if you have shadows, you can see how that shows up right there, and we do not want that. So, and then I use a white background, so you can change the background right here, override document background, just select white, OK, and then you're going to use any screen capture tool that you like. I typically use Jing, but you can't download Jing anymore, and it's actually getting ready to go away altogether. And so the other one that I like that's free is TechSmith. So you'll click Capture, and what you want to do is try to, this doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but try to get it as close on all the edges as possible without trimming it. You definitely don't want to trim it. So you can see I left a little bit of white space on all of it. So the main thing is, yeah, just don't trim it and try to keep it, the motor as centered in the frame as possible. So I'm going to capture this image and copy it. And I like to keep it up just in case for some reason I needed to come back to it. And I've already got Photoshop open. So what you're going to do in Photoshop is, and it looks like I've already done this, but I'm going to pretend like I haven't, is you're going to go create a new document. And there's two different ways of doing this. I'll show you the way that I personally do it, and that is, you can see that this is the width is 1001 by 435. So what you need to do for the PNG image, or I'm sorry, for the 3D images, is you need to take the width and divide it by 1.67, and you're going to divide it by 1.67 every single time. And so that pulls back 599. So in here in the height, I like to change it by 599. And then whenever you open it, just going to paste in the motor, then come up here and get rid of the background. And then you're going to export this. And then, of course, we need to go in here. I believe this right here was the part number that we were working on. Yes. And so how this is going to be saved is you're going to save it by the last 5 digits of the part number. So in this case, it's going to be 10542. Save. And so now we have the 3D image made. The next thing that we need to do is we need to open up the layout. And this is going to be a similar process, just kind of in reverse and using different numbers. So one thing here is that this has to be in color. Personally, whenever I open this up, the default was grayscale. So make sure it's in color. I normally it's on RGB is what I use. I'm not sure if it makes a difference. Which one is the better option to use? I just go with RGB. Is the first option. And then what you're going to do is first, actually I shouldn't have done that. I'm just going to have to change this now. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go ahead and back everything up. Okay, so what we're going to do here is canvas size, and this time we're going to work in reverse, where we're going to take the height, which is 2519. and we're going to multiply it by 1.42. And it's going to be, the height is going to be multiplied by 1.42 every single time. And then you can see this pulls back 3576. So we'll come in here, 3576. That is now going to be the width. And now I can give it this white background. It's important to do that. So there you go. So there is our image. So now what you're going to do is you're going to save it as the same thing that the PDF file is saved as. It's going to be the part number and then the space layout. Obviously we're saving it as the PNG. Save, and then we are done. And one last thing that you actually need to do is move the card from 3D Layouts over to Review. This will notify me to come in here and know that the files and everything are ready to be uploaded to QuickBase.